Back in the days, executives and investors could go anywhere on the African continent to invest or run profitable businesses, but now times are different, as economies of some African countries experience instability due to several factors. It's now so important to understand the unique situation in each African market in order to achieve success. Using the 2020 World Bank Ease of Doing Business report, we have identified 10 countries with friendly environments best for investment and businesses. Before we continue, consider subscribing to our channel if you are new, and turn on our notification to always get notified each time we drop a video. Stay tuned. Rwanda is one of Africa's fastest growing economies, with growth averaging more than 6% every year since the turn of the century. Last year, it recorded the most business reforms in the region. The World Bank says it has carried out the most reforms since the inception of doing business 16 years ago. One major point of improvement pointed out in World Bank's Ease of Doing Business report is the ease of starting a business in Rwanda. It has replaced its bureaucratic structures with an electronic system. Last year, it replaced its stifling special billing machine system for value-added tax invoices with free software that allows taxpayers to issue value-added tax invoices from any printer. Also, the country is only second to New Zealand in the ease of property registration in the world. Kenya. The country was one of the world's best performers in the areas of getting credit and starting a business, according to the World Bank. In just 2 years, the country has moved 31 spots in the overall doing business ranking. One major reform the government initiated was the introduction of a new law which improved the ease in accessing credits for businesses. Kenya's economy is expected to continue growing at 6.1% according to the International Monetary Fund projections, or 5.9% for the World Bank's prediction. What's almost certain is that the country would remain East Africa's leading regional hub for information and communication technology, financial and transportation services. Ghana. Since the smooth transition to the Nana Akufo-Addo government in 2016, the government has promoted private sector-led growth to revive the non-oil and non-agricultural sectors. Commodities including oil, gold and cocoa have been the mainstay of Ghana's $47 billion economy. The rapid economic growth it has also enjoyed over the last few years have been closely linked to oil since it became a producer in 2010. The government says it's working hard to build a resilient and robust economy to avoid a return to the IMF for financial bailout. The World Bank's Doing Business report says Ghana had further simplified the process of importing. It now has a paperless custom clearance processing system. The country moved 6 places up in the overall index. Cote d'Ivoire. The world's largest exporter of cocoa beans has made significant progress in its business environment in recent years, building on gains of a stable political environment. The country was one of the top 10 improvers in the world in the Ease of Doing Business rankings. Over the last 2 years, it has reduced processing time for building permits and has introduced a new system for electronic payment of taxes and a credit bureau. Last year, it introduced online systems for filing corporate income tax and value-added tax returns, according to the World Bank. The agro-based economy is expected to maintain a steady growth rate of 7% or above in the coming year. Ethiopia. This landlocked country of over 100 million people on the Horn of Africa is transforming itself into Africa's manufacturing hub. The Ethiopian government is luring investments with tax incentives, infrastructure investments, and cheap labor. Industrial parks construction is also part of the government's plan. It already has 6 industrial parks and still looks to set up 9 more across the country in the coming years. Ethiopia has also gone through a historic political transformation after welcoming a new reformist Prime Minister, Abiy Ahmed, in April 2019. He announced plans to sell minority stakes in state monopolies such as Ethio Telecom and Ethiopian Airlines Enterprise, the continent's biggest airline, as well as Ethiopian Shipping and Logistics Services Enterprise to foreign and domestic investors. The IMF forecasted Ethiopia would be Africa's fastest growing economy in 2020, with a projected 8.5% growth rate. Mauritius. This tiny island country has one of the smallest market sizes on the continent, which means some investors tend to ignore it. However, the state has consistently ranked higher than other African countries in ease of doing business. It currently ranks 20th in World Bank's Ease of Doing Business Index. Mauritius' stable political system, liberal financial sector, and low taxes, which encourages business formation, have made it an ideal environment for investors who prefer a business-friendly and less risky investment environment. Mauritius signed a full free trade agreement with China in 2019, Africa's first formal full trade agreement with China, and has expressed an interest in becoming a transshipment and financial hub on China's maritime Silk Road trade routes. Mauritius has already agreed on a formal trade agreement with 3 African trade blocs, which are Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, Southern African Development Community, and the East African Community. Morocco. Morocco is not only famous for its vibrant culture, superb cuisine, and awe-inspiring landscape, but also its friendly business environment. The greatly enhanced operating environment has served Morocco well to become a favorable position as a financial hub and platform from which European countries can access the African market. Between 2011 and 2020, Morocco climbed from 114th place to the 60th place in the Ease of Doing Business ranking, indicating sustained improvements to the business climate. The Central Bank of the Kingdom of Morocco expects a 3.1% expansion in 2020. Tourism and manufacturing are expected to be the key growth drivers of the economy. The manufacturing sector is also expected to benefit from substantial foreign investment into the autos and aeronautics industries. Nigeria. Africa's biggest economy might not have so much short-term investment appeal due to low economic growth and high political risks. Even though Nigeria dropped one position lower in the Ease of Doing Business Index, Nigeria was among the 46 economies in the world that improved across 3 or more categories. Notably in 2 states, Lagos and Kano, starting a business was made easier by reducing the time needed to register a company at the Corporate Affairs Commission and introducing an online platform to pay stamp duty. South Africa. Africa's second largest economy is one of the easiest places to do business on the continent, with advanced legal and financial structures. However, Africa's most industrialized economy has been struggling to grow until it eventually plunged into a recession in the second quarter of 2019. The country, which grew by only 0.8% in 2019, also had a deal with struggling state-owned firms. South Africa, though with a drop from first position in the previous year, overall remains an economic powerhouse in Africa, leading the continent in industrial output and mineral production and generating a large agricultural production in the European winter. The country has abundant natural resources, well-developed financial, legal, communications, energy and transport sectors, a stock exchange ranked in the top 20 in the world, and modern infrastructure supporting efficient distribution of goods throughout the Southern African region. Doing business in South Africa is surely a strategic move for growth and success. Egypt. Egypt snatched first position from South Africa in the 2019 Investment Attractiveness Index by Rand Merchant Bank, one of Africa's leading diversified financial services provider. Since North Africa's largest economy recovered from the Arab Spring, it started implementing an economic reform program backed by a $12 billion loan from the IMF in late 2016. Under the program, the country introduced new taxes and floated the currency with the intention to overhaul the economy, boost investor confidence, and restore stability to capital markets. The country had fallen 6 places in the World Bank's Doing Business Reports 2019, but was quick to issue some policy announcements in the weeks after the publication. Those reforms dragged it 8 places up in the 2020 edition of the report. The World Bank noted that the country carried out 5 business reforms in 2017, which is the highest number to be carried out in Egypt in 1 year within the past decade. These are the top 10 best business-friendly countries in Africa. This is a reliable info and should serve as a guideline if your next business destination is within the African continent. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and feel free to leave us a comment in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.